What's up, everybody? Welcome to Magician's Choice. My name's Ben, and today we're going to talk about The Secrets of So Sato by So Sato and Richard Kaufman. Okay, the book. Hardback book, cloth covered with an obi strip rather than a dust jacket. Kind of interesting approach there. I like that. The book is real high quality. The paper is real high quality. And the book comes with a DVD attached to the inside cover of the book. The DVD is full of performances of the effects in the book. Something to point out with the DVD is the performances are not in English. The performances are in Japanese. The lack of, if you don't speak Japanese, and I don't, it doesn't really take anything away from the performances because they're not in English. They're good performances, and they're really just demonstrations of what the effects look like. The book is 191 pages long, and it contains 35 effects with cards. One of the effects can be done with cards. It's actually presented as being done with postcards. Some really interesting stuff in here. The book is really well written and very well illustrated. The diagrams are wonderful. I also like the fact that the diagrams in the book are on the same spread of pages as the text that's referencing the diagram, so you don't have to flip around a whole lot or at all to see the pictures that go along with the text that you're reading. The explanations in the book are fantastic. They're written really, really well. They're very clear and concise and easy to understand. I'm going to recommend that as you're working through the book that you keep a deck of cards in hand, kind of walking through everything, trying it out as you're reading it. Definitely made walking through the book a lot easier for me by doing that. So recommend that you do that as well. The effects in the book are all performed at a table. Several of them could be modified to be done kind of walk around, but in the performances you'll see that everything's done there at the table. Some of the routines that stood out to me while reading through the book, the lateral thinking assembly, it's fantastic. It's really, really awesome effect. Love a Dove Dove. Warp Wrap. Warp Wrap is the only routine in the book that requires a gimmick. Really easy to make, really awesome effect. I think you're really going to like that one. Bushfire Triumph and Bushfire Triumph 1.5 are both Triumph effects with a very, very clean, very loose display of the cards being mixed face up and face down. Zen Derby is a wonderful kind of a horse racing trick. Amnesia is really good, and Acrobat Leader is awesome as well. I really like the section of the book called Mass Destruction Stacking. It's really kind of a way to set things up and then have everything shuffled by spectators and maintain some of that. So there's a lot to learn in there. But I have to say my favorite section of the book is an entire section called Mimic Show. That's a display that is taught in the book. Really, really interesting stuff there, and it's probably where I learned the most. So definitely check that out. The tricks are not knuckle busting, but they're not easy either. This is a solid intermediate to advanced level book. So if you're a beginner, this one's probably not for you. But of course, it is put out by Richard Kaufman, so it's bound to be a classic. So, probably something you're going to want to pick up. The routines in the book, a majority of them do require setting up the deck in some capacity before performing the effect. Very few of them can be set up in the context of your performance or from an impromptu state. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The book runs you $60, and it's available from Richard Kaufman or your favorite magic retailer. And I'll put appropriate links in the description box below and over at magicianschoice.net, as well as descriptions of the effects in the book, real brief descriptions. Let's wrap this up. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being I hate it, 5 being I absolutely love it, I'm going to give The Secrets of So Sato a 4. And the reason I'm giving it a 4 is because I don't typically perform a lot of effects that require much setup. That's just me and the environment that I tend to perform in and how I tend to do things. So for me, it's just not a 5 because it's not every trick in the book is something I'm going to be able to run out and use right away. But there's a lot of really, really good stuff in here, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. If you want to read a little bit more in-depth review of the book, please head over to magicianschoice.net. I'll have a written review there accompanying this video, as well as brief descriptions of the effects. And there's some excellent performance videos out there on YouTube, some folks who can do far better than I'm currently able to, and I'll post some of those videos or link to some of those videos over on magicianschoice.net as well. Don't forget you can follow Magician's Choice on Facebook and Instagram as well. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching Magician's Choice, putting quality magic in your hands.